Hi there. Welcome to our online class, How to Prepare for a Media Interview. This is Sandra Mateo speaking. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is going to be a very useful class. And right before we start, I want to answer these three quick questions to make sure that you're at the right place. So, number one, who is this class for? So, this class is for fashion entrepreneurs, right? Who run their own fashion business. So, whereas you're a fashion designer, or maybe you own a boutique, an online boutique, a regular boutique, storefront. Maybe you're a stylist, a wardrobe person, maybe you're a makeup artist, fashion blogger, beauty consultant. So any area in within the fashion industry, if you work in that area and you own your own business and you run it, this class is for you. Then the second thing is why learn about this topic. So why not? I I think that as a fashion entrepreneur, you go to events, you go to networking, engagements, and you can only talk to so many people. But when you go to a medium like if you go to a magazine and do an interview, or if you go to a radio station or a TV station, they already have a big audience and way bigger than what you could reach on one-on-one or even at a big event, right? And they usually have this host who people trust, and this person is inviting you to their world, and they're endorsing you basically. So it's a big advantage. It's a lot of leverage, and in 10 minutes or less, you can reach lots of people that you would have never reached otherwise. So why not? And then the third thing is what and how are we going to teach this class? So this is an online class, and we did this format, video format, so you're able to like pause it if you need to write something down, or for some reason you need to stop this and do something else. You can. I would recommend that you would just listen all the way. This is gonna be between 20 to 30 minutes. We're gonna try to do it as quick as possible for you, and to give you a lot of action steps so you can, after you finish the class, you can go ahead and go and do it, because that's the goal, for you to advance, not just to take the information in, but also like, okay, I can do this, let's move forward and do it, right? So right before we start, also, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. If you don't know me, or you're wondering, like, okay, who is this chick talking to me and why is she qualified to talk about this topic, right? So, I just want to let you know really quick. I am a fashion stylist and a blogger, and I have this huge passion for helping fashion entrepreneurs grow their businesses. And that's why I have a private Facebook group called the Fashion Entrepreneur Club, where I currently, share tips and advice on how to grow your fashion business. And we put classes together like this one today to help each other grow our brand and our business. So I've been in the television, fashion, and media industry for 10 plus years now. I started in TV production, that's what I went to school for. And I used to be a producer, which I still am, and a writer. And then I evolved into becoming a stylist. What happened was that I always loved fashion, so I always did it on the side. I started with modeling, then I opened my fashion blog, all this while I was working on TV as a producer. And then naturally, it just evolved into being invited to fashion events and covering the events and doing interviews. And then I just, people in the production business started asking me for advice doing styling. How should we dress this person, or why don't you take care of this wardrobe? And then I blended both things, and I started being a stylist. And so nowadays I dress models for fashion shows, for photo shoots, for TV appearances, right? And I also work with men and women individually, and I help them with their wardrobe needs. If they go to events, if they are gonna have their picture taken or whatever it may be, I help them with that. A really quick timeline here on the left. I'm originally from Caracas, Venezuela. That's where my accent comes from. And then I moved to Florida in the United States in the year 2000, about 17 years ago. And then last year we moved to Arizona. We're in here in Phoenix, well, in Gilbert actually, and we really love it, which is really close to Phoenix. So, enough about me. Let me share with you really quick the class agenda. I divided the class in these three pieces, before the interview, during the interview, and after the interview. So, yep, so that's, we want to get the interview, then what do we do when we have it, and then what do we do afterwards. So, let's start with the first part before the interview. So the first thing is you need a press release, right? And the release is this document, right, that you put together, telling people something about your business, something worthy, newsworthy, right? It may be you're opening your business, or you're opening a new store, or you're having this huge sale where you're gonna raise funds for a certain charity, right? Or you just did a, how do you say that, you're joining forces with this other amazing company to do this race, or you're gonna raise funds for blah blah blah, whatever it is that is newsworthy. And you can do the press release yourself. There's millions of tools out there that can help you out. There's millions of people you can hire someone to help you with this, definitely. And I want you to think about the what, the who, and the how. What I mean by that is, what is it that you're gonna say, right? What is that newsworthy thing that you need to share? Then you might wonder, like, okay, I have my press release. This is what I'm doing. I'm opening a new store, having this huge opening or something. And then who do I send this to? So usually you send it. Either you can hire a PR person who to help you send it out, or you can do it yourself. And then you need to send it to whoever is in charge in the PR department of that company, of that medium that you want to send it to, that magazine, that TV station, radio station, right? And then usually is the person in charge of the PR or the media relationships, right? And the best way to send it is via email. Now, don't be intimidated, because these people are receiving press releases all the time. So you just have to make sure that your press release it's newsworthy, that whatever you're sharing, it's something that it's really powerful, that would actually impact people, and that the business is gonna want to promote, and make sure that you have enough information for them to be able to talk about you, right? So they might just pick up the article and talk about you and let you know about it, or they might actually even invite you to come in and have that awesome interview with them. The second thing I want you to think about is that first go local, then national, then international. So start with your local community. That's the easiest place to start. There's so many blogs, there's so many local TV stations, local magazines. And if you're here and you're doing something that it's important and newsworthy, go ahead and share it. It's natural. Okay, and your local community is here to support you. So do that, grow local, right? And then you might be picked up nationally, or you might feel comfortable enough to have enough content, right, to start sending it at a national level, and then go international. And the third thing I want to tell you is that you have to do your research. Just, do not just create this press release and send it to everyone, right? Create a press release and make sure that the people you're sending it to are people who are going to be interested in your press release, because that way you're going to get answers. You want to get booked, right? So make sure that that company, whatever, the segment that you're applying, the TV segment or the radio station show, or the section in the magazine, or whatever it is that you want to be featured at, that it's in alignment with your business. Do they talk about these kind of business, these kinds of topics? Would they be interested on featuring someone like you in their channel? And you have to remember that the media is hungry for content. We feel intimidated by the media, like, oh my God, they're on TV or they're on the radio station and they're famous and whatever. And the truth is, they leave um, out of the things that are happening around them in their community, in their lives, right? So they need your content. You're not bothering them. You're not making their job harder. These are people that are there to do this specific job. They're in PR, they're waiting for your press release, they just want to be impressed by what you're doing, excited about what you're doing. So it's a two-way street. They're normal people just like us, and they need the content. So you have a very big chance, especially when you start locally. Okay, let's say you got your interview, right? Someone actually answered to you, and let me just say, you can't send as this is something that can happen on an ongoing basis. You should be researching, right, channels and TV stations and TV shows and different things happening around you where you can get your word out. Because, like I said, they have an audience that already trusts them. That if you fit with their audience, with their program or what they're doing, you're going to be in alignment, so people are naturally going to be interested in what you're going to talk about. So it's an audience that really doesn't cost you anything and that it's big. So um, once you have that interview, right, I want you to think about the content. A lot of people don't prepare when they go to these things. They're nervous and, you know, and they go without knowing what to do, and then, you know, they wasted their 5 minutes of fame. So you want to be very specific and very intentional. If you get this opportunity to go on TV or have an article written about you or whatever it is, and make sure that you at least answer the what, why, and where. So when I say the what, why, and where, I mean, what is it that you sell? Is it a product or a service, right? Why are you selling it? Why is it important? Why does it matter to the people who are listening to you? And where can they find it? A lot of people don't share their website or their name of their brand even. So make sure, right? Because a lot of the times, if it's an interview or if it's, in a magazine, maybe you have more time and more space to talk about your stuff. But sometimes, like if it's on TV or radio, it might be very quick and very quick pace, and you have to make sure that at least you answer those 3 questions. Then let me tell you a little bit about the format. And what I mean by that is like the way you're going to share this information. And like I said, this may vary from medium to medium, but for the most part, you have to be short, you have to be quick to the point, right? You have to be very conversational, okay? Very you, okay? And also, like I said, it might vary. Like, let's say on a radio show, maybe you have, I don't know, 10 minutes to talk with this person. So, you might give you enough time to talk about different things. But TV, maybe you're there for like 2 minutes or something. So be sure that your sentences are short. You don't just keep on going and keep on going. Just be short, be to the point, so you can get across all your points across, okay? Also, people on TV or radio, they're handling many things at once. They have their director talking to them on a headphone, and then they have commercials, and then they have a lot of things going on. So the quicker you are, the more specific you are, they're gonna love you, and then they're probably gonna invite you to come back because you make their life easier. So, and it's easier for them to also participate and to take the conversation to wherever they need to take it to. Then the last thing you have to think about is the visuals. So if you're offering a service or a product, do you need to bring, something to set it up? Right? A display. Do you need to bring your product? If you're going to bring your product, which are the ones that you should bring? Which are the most popular? Think about if they're going to ask you questions about the pieces you bring, that those pieces really explain and talk about what your business is and what you stand for, right? And that it goes with your brand. And also think about what you're gonna wear, right? You're there representing your brand, so it has to go with your personality. You have to feel comfortable. A lot of people dress up to go to these things, and they're very uncomfortable, and it shows. All about looking your best, but being comfortable. And also think about, you don't want to wear something that is gonna wrinkle, that you're gonna go in your car and you're gonna sit, and then by the time you get there, you're all wrinkled. Wear something that doesn't wrinkle, something that it's figure flattering. You know that the camera adds pounds, so make sure that your whatever you're wearing is figure flattering, that it shows the best side of you, that the color is good on you, that whatever you're wearing is not distracting, because it's about you and your brand. It's not about the floral dress you're wearing, right? And you have to make sure that it also goes with your brand. If you're not, your brand is elegant and is for the elite, then make sure that whatever you're wearing represents that, right? It's very important. And I want to remind you that it's just a conversation. This is you and this radio host or writer or TV host talking about your business. This is not talking points and a commercial. You're just having a conversation and inviting people to listen in and tell them why they should care. That's it. Now, after the interview, right? You already went there and you did your thing, you're out of there. What to do, right? And this part is very important because, yes, you were there live and you share your message, but there's a lot of people that were not listening live that already follow you online, or you have a list, or they're your customers, and it's important to share with them. Right? They're part of your club, they're part of your tribe, they're part of your group of people. So you have to tell them, you know, share behind the scenes pictures, invite them to have that experience with you of being on TV and talking about the importance of, eco-friendly clothing, let's say, right? And have them experience that with you, and give them that you have to develop that relationship with your viewer, with your fans. And what a better opportunity to share it when you're doing something exciting and cool, right? If you have any personal thoughts about the experience, share it. If you want to write a blog post about it, if you want to share a little snippet of what you felt like when you were in the TV station, whatever it is, to make it personal, to invite people to join you in this journey, make sure to share it. Make sure also to update your platforms, right? If you were, you know, let's say you were there backstage and then you share something on Instagram or Twitter, make sure you update all your platforms, right? Now you're back at home and you have time, so make sure to share it on Facebook, on your groups, on your website. And make sure that you create a press section, right? Maybe you already have one. If you do, then just update the section, because this is credibility for your brand. You can keep updating this and add more and more and more information, right? Places you can feature, add pictures and stuff that give you credibility, okay? And also, I want you to remember the most important thing. You're reaching new audiences that wouldn't have known about you otherwise. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. There's so many benefits, No one expects you to be perfect. This is just a conversation. People go to these things and they just have a conversation. That's all it is. As long as you um follow these tips that we've shared here today, so you're prepared, you're gonna be okay. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the more comfortable you'll be doing it, and the more people you're gonna reach, the more fans you're gonna get, the more customers you're gonna get. There's really no negative, right? So why not? And like I said, it doesn't cost you unless you hire a PR person, which, if you don't have the time to go and do the press release and send them out and do the research, right, to who you're going to send it to and all that kind of stuff, it's definitely worth it to either have your virtual assistant or your regular assistant or have a PR person help you with this. Why not? But if you are worried about the money and you don't have the time, then just invest your time. Say, on Fridays in the morning, I'm just gonna dedicate 1 hour to search for new um, five new mediums that I could send my information to and build a database around this. So whenever you have a big announcement, like you're having your yearly sale where you're gonna give, I don't know, 25% to this certain cost, or you're gonna have you're gonna open a new store, or whatever it is that you're gonna do, you can have this database of people that you can just send it out, and then your efforts are gonna be multiplied. Instead of just telling your audience, you're gonna have these people do this work for you. So it's amazing the things that can come out of this. Now, my final thoughts about this. Everyone can do this. I've done it. I know people that have done it. I do it constantly with other fashion brands, and it's amazing. Anybody can do it. It's just practice. It's a very simple process. You have the press release, you send it out, you get a response, or you don't. And if you don't, you move. You move. Maybe, don't take it personal. Maybe your press release wasn't as exciting. So next time, write something more exciting. Or maybe they didn't have enough space, or they had all the content already. Or maybe it wasn't the right time. And it's fine. This is something that you're going to write once and you're going to send it. You can leverage because you can send it to so many people. And if you get, certain people book you and stuff, it's amazing. So everyone can do this. This is accessible to everyone. Then also, I have to remind you, you have to push yourself to reach new heights. You want to grow your business, you want to get more customers, but then you're not doing things to do this. And this is something you can do on the side. All these things that we do for our businesses are strategies that build upon each other, and they create momentum. So it's just not one thing that is going to create the success that you want. There's different things that have to happen, and they have to happen consistently so you can reach that momentum and reach those new heights you want. And then the last thing is, you're not alone. You're not going to leave this class and be like, oh, okay, so now what do I do? How do I start my press release? Who do I write? And then you feel overwhelmed. You don't have to feel overwhelmed. You don't have to. That's the point why we do these classes. That's the point why we have our Fashion Entrepreneur Club. So like I said in the beginning, I have this huge passion to support each other, to grow our businesses. And the Fashion Entrepreneur Club is a place for you to just come in and hang out and have, ask questions and, enjoy from these tips and tricks that we share all the time, and sign up for classes and meet people and hopefully collaborate with some of them, right? And build this community, right? Be part of this community that is going to help you grow your fashion business. So everyone who's listening, you're super welcome to join us if you want to. It's in Facebook. Here's the address. You're always welcome. And also, if you ever want to have a business chat, what I call a business chat, you're always welcome to do so as well. I'm here to help you guys, and you can maybe have a 15-minute free business chat and just see how it goes, and just ask me whatever you want. Maybe sometimes you need someone to brainstorm ideas with, to share information, to ask questions, and you need to get out of your head and just have coffee with someone who's willing to help you. I also do 30-minute or more paid consultations, and this is something I do with some businesses. Let's say we do it once a week, or you can do it once every 2 weeks, once a month, just checking with that person and say, hey, Sandra, I'm doing this, and that. What do you think? Like, what do you think I should do? This is not working. What do you think about this new line that I'm putting together? Do you think people this age will like it? Do you think, have someone to talk to about these things? So this is very helpful. I do it myself with other people as well. And I always obviously want to offer it to you guys. So if you're interested in any of that, you can also email us at info@gitanastyling.com. And that's about it for us today. I want to thank you so much for listening, for sticking through and listening to the class, you have everything to make it happen. So go out there and do your thing, put your press release together and send it out, or work with a PR person or work with your assistant and make it happen. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.